All right, welcome back to the show. I know we've all been waiting for Darius Robinson to get on the field. I think the three of us, and probably most Cardinals fans, were waiting even before the season started. And then he got hurt and wasn't able to play the first few games. We don't know if he's playing this weekend yet, but the practice window is open, Zoe. So I know you haven't seen him play in the NFL yet because he hasn't played in the NFL yet.
Yeah, and it's crazy until maybe last week somebody mentioned his name. I actually had forgot about him. You know, it's just how the NFL works. Because you're not out there, you're not playing, and you've never played before, even with Zay too, right? Yeah. And I know him, and he's played in the league, and kind of forget about those guys. They almost become like ghosts. Yeah. Even though they're around the facility or doing whatever they're doing, it's like, oh, we do have some more guys on our team that can actually help us win games. So it's going to be exciting to see him get out there whenever that may be. Hopefully it's sooner than later. Hopefully he's further in his rehab process and feels comfortable and confident to go out there and play the way he's capable of doing, and I would always err on that, especially for young players, and I know they want to get out there. I remember being with Josh Allen in his rookie year. He did something to his elbow. I said, man, you need to chill out. He didn't listen to me. And I appreciate that. Yeah. But I was giving him just some wisdom, like, you're going to play a long time, because certain guys you can say, this is the new players club. You got the junkyard dog in here now, right? So I remember when he was a rookie, oh, man, this dude going to be in the league 8-10 years, right? So you know guys. So, hey, be smart. You're going to play a long time. I know you're nipping at the bud right now because you want to get out there and do what you do, but just be patient. And so hopefully he's healthy enough to where he's confident to where he can go out there and play. And I know in football we got to do that. So I'm excited for it because he's a flexible player. He's an athletic player. He's a big body. And he's a dog, with all three things you need in the run game to be able to stop that and put some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a situation, once again, where it's a little dicey because he's got 1 week here, 1 week to get ready for a game. Do you think that's enough for a rookie? Because I don't either. No, I don't either. But I think he could do it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's defensive line, maybe because typically, I got to know the front and my gap, and I got to destroy the dude in front of me, right? I don't have to process a lot of motion. We're checking to this. The number one receiver runs this route, so now my eyes got to transition. Normally, it's what's the cut? What's the front? Oh, I'm in the 3 technique. Okay, now I'm checking. It's time to whoop your butt right here. All right, and that's all I got to focus on. So I think from that standpoint, potentially, but just the fundamentals, the conditioning part of the game, and so maybe his package is a little bit smaller in what he's doing and how they use him initially in that first week, and then obviously if something happens in the game and they need him more, then you use him. But I think keeping it simple and allowing him to grow and get that confidence initially, because that's key, having a confident football player, not just putting him out there because you think you need him.
Yeah, that's actually where I was going to go with this next, because I think we all believe this guy has the potential to be special, and they took him in the first round, and we've heard the way he prepares, and we saw what he did in college, and they do need him right now. So, right. But so how much do you have to be intentional about not running him out there too much because you need him against Green Bay, and sort of like what you were saying, this guy's going to have a long career, and you don't want to throw too much at him in week one for him.
Yeah, I mean, I trust those guys over there. I mean, they haven't given me any reason not to from a medical standpoint, a coaching standpoint, and then you talk to the player, right? And then you obviously have those type of conversations. Because he's a younger guy, he's a rookie, his say it maybe means a little less than a guy that's been in the league 6-7 years as far as how he's effective. Because he's going to tell, I want to be out there. Yeah. Right? And so just making sure that he is done in the right way medically, understanding who he is and what the injury. I forget what the injury was. What was it again?
I don't even remember now.
His calf. His calf. And those are soft tissue. The calves are a little weird. So as long as they're confident, it's not going to. Nothing is ever 100%. But they're confident where he's at in his progress. Put him out there. I think in a limited capacity initially, and let him kind of progress and acclimate to playing a full game in his normal reps, because the first thing you don't want to do is throw a guy out there similar to a hamstring. Hey, up, you right back out there, 100% rep go, and you are athletic guys. Not like, like for example, Kelvin Beachum had a hamstring last week or a couple of weeks ago and had to play through it. But it's not like he has to go sprint after somebody after. He can be a little bit more controlled, and I'm saying that tongue in cheek. Playing offensive line is hard.
Still football, yeah.
But he doesn't have to go sprint and try to chase someone down and tackle them if they get out, right? Sideline to sideline. It's a little bit more of a controlled position in that regard. So, and with the calf, explosion, coming off every rock, right? That is going to be under tension every single time he lines up to get off the rock and try to go make a play.
I know it varies from person to person, of course, but where do you think a rookie can actually come in and make a bigger impact quicker? The run game or trying to get to the quarterback? Where do you think he can actually make an impact, generally speaking?
For me, I think it's the run game. Being physical, sitting in your gap, and then be able to rip off and run and get to a guy. A lot of things, a lot of times have to go right in the pass game, right? Is the offensive line sliding to me? Who's the guy I'm blocking? Am I getting chipped, right? It gets mucked up as far as bodies in your way. Was it quick game, right? The process of being more impactful in the pass game takes a little bit longer. Where the run game, you can see it immediately. Boom! Oh, he knocked that dude back. He's in this gap, right? He's ripping off. That's an easier thing, I think, to do, and that's why most guys can play the run, but there's not a lot of elite pass rushers, right? There's a separation there, and that's because playing the run is a little bit easier because all mindset, hands, fundamentals, technique. Am I in my gap? Now let me go try to get to the football, right? Where I think pass rush is a little bit more of an art and a skill and understanding of what you're trying to do to it. And so I would say definitely in the run game, you're gonna see an immediate impact there first before you may see what he's able to do in the pass game, especially coming off that calf.
How much of an additional challenge is it? I mean, it's compounded because he's a rookie, but you're stepping in playing your first game of the season, or in his case, first game of his career, against guys that have already been playing for 5 weeks. Like everybody else is already moving at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, it could be beneficial either way. He could be feeling fresh too, because 5-6 weeks in, I'm a little beat up, I'm a little sore. Obviously, the game speed, he's going to have to get over that because this is going to be his first game. And so typically when things speed up, it's not because people are moving faster. It's because mentally processing for you got all these emotions. Oh, my first game. I don't want to mess up. Man, I want a ball. Man, I got to stop this guy. These are the plays they run. You got all this stuff swarming through your head, right? and oh my God. Oh, man. That was a lot faster than I thought. Why is that? Because you haven't been out there to understand how to compartmentalize and slow those thoughts down, really trim the fat and be present in the moment, right? And this is my job, this is I'm tagging. That's why vets are typically able to slow the game down because they've seen everything. They know what to expect. They know what's going on. They know how they're going to feel. They have their process down probably by this time. So that's what he's going to have to overcome, right? Obviously a good thing that he is a preparer. And so I don't know him well enough. Does he take too much into it? Because some guys, hey, you don't need all that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just take a couple of things.
Simplify it, yeah.
Yeah, and just go play ball and allow your talent to shine. And as you kind of work through that, then you figure out, okay, I can add a little bit more. I can add a little bit more. I can do this. And then over time, you become being able to really bring a lot of things in the game, but still play fast.
So do you think there's any chance? Because I do. I think there's a chance he plays this Sunday. Do you?
With the type of guy he is and hearing him speak, he's going to be fighting tooth and nail to get out on the field.
Okay,
he's going to be knocking down the door. And I think they need him. I mean, obviously as well, because the run game has been a big-time issue for them on defense. And so you need more bodies, bigger bodies, and they drafted him high for a reason, right?
Yes.
That's one of the guys you need. So technically right now you're playing up with a guy that's a backup, and I'm putting air quotes around that because they're still professional, but you ain't the guy,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's a difference. It just is.
There is. So I'll ask you this, my brother. How many reps are you going to give him? Your first game back, once again, if he does come back, which I think, they're opening the window for a reason. They're going to go ahead and, he's going to play. This is my own.
I would say.
They may not. I just want to make that clear.
Because they have guys out there that have been playing, right? So he doesn't have to come out there and play 55 reps, 50 reps. I think if they have a nice rotation going on, I probably would be like between the 20 and 25 range.
Yeah, so you would put a snap count on.
Yeah, somewhere in that 20 and see how the game flows. So, and this is if you're playing good defense and they're playing good offense, right, and you go out there and you get maybe 6 reps on the first drive, and Kyler goes out there and rips off a 13-play drive, man, I'm fresh. I'm not feel like I'm fatigued, but we got a 7-8 play drive I defend, and then Kyler and them go out 3 and out, and then I'm back out there. So not only are the reps getting closer, the intensity of the breaks in between gets. So this is again complimentary football as far as how much he's going to be out there.
Oh boy, here we go. Right as we're going into break, Zoe brings up complimentary.
Yeah, I know, right? And I want Kyler to do their job regardless. They got to do it regardless. But I'm saying if one team is struggling it can impact the other side, and that's what we typically see.
Yeah.
If both sides are doing well, it actually is beneficial to a guy that's coming off injury because I don't feel like, oh, man, I got to go right back. It's 3 and out, right? So that's going to, I think, help him be able to play longer based on how well the offense plays.
Wolf just wants him back because they're playing the Packers, and the Packers can run. But they play the Chargers next week, and the Chargers can run too.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.